Hey YouTube. Uh, I don't usually make videos like this, but I kind of feel like I have to, because the last couple times that I've uploaded something new, and over the last couple months especially, I've gotten a lot of really awful comments in my inbox, and it's time that I say something, and it's time that I let people know that this is happening. Because, well, I can't call it racism, I guess, because it's not like I'm white, obviously, but I don't know how else to call it. Every time I've uploaded something over the past couple of months, within hours, I have multiple people making comments on my videos and sending me messages on YouTube telling me to go back home, which I guess they're talking about America, because as most of you know, I'm an American, but I live in Finland. And calling me a genetic fuck up, which is awful. Calling my baby daughter, a genetic fuck up, which is just, I mean, why? Who insults a baby? And saying that I don't belong here and that I am a parasite and that, I have no place in Europe. First of all, well, I'm on both of my sides. My grandparents come from Italy. They came sometime in the late 1800s, so I can trace that. And I've asked from the Italian embassy before, just out of curiosity, would I qualify for Italian citizenship based on my roots? And yes, I would. So the not belonging in Europe thing, well, you can take that up with the Italian government. Second, I have a family here. I have a full-time job here. I have friends here, many friends here. I've settled in quite nicely. I speak Finnish. I am active in my community. I do quite a lot for my city and with my city in trying to make it a better place and make Finland a better place in general for everyone, not just the disabled and not just for immigrants. And I think I've done a really good job of integrating into Finnish society. The third thing is, again, like I said before, why would you insult my baby? Or anyone's baby, for that matter. In what society, European, American, Asian, whatever, in what society and in what situation is it ever okay to insult something that can't even talk yet and has no idea about race or nationality or anything? You know, she's just a baby, dude. Like, or dudes, I guess. Like, she's a baby. I have no words. I'm genuinely curious, even if, you know, even if I was a terrible person, which I'm not, but even if I was, like, why would you drag my kid into it? Like, you don't like me, and you don't like me being in Europe. I'm not a Finnish citizen, but my kid is, so you're gonna take your fucking nationalist bullshit out on my kid, like, who, like, again, has no idea what's even happening and what country she lives in or what language she even speaks at this point. Like, why would you do that? Calling me a genetic fuck up, I mean, yeah, well, it's true. I have one gene mutation in my entire genome that's responsible for my cataracts, but it doesn't affect anything more. And in my entire process of integrating into Finnish society and European society as a whole, like, I've never once tried to get out of doing something because I couldn't see. If anything, I've always tried to find ways to make it work within my limitations, and I've done a pretty good job of it. I mean, there's a reason you don't hear about many blind immigrants. It's not easy for us to do that. It's not easy for us to learn another language, especially through simply just hearing and speaking. You know, there's a reason my written Finnish isn't very good compared to my spoken, and it should be an obvious one. I've worked really hard to try and not let this disability stop me, and I think I've done a really damn good job of doing it. So in that way, again, I have no idea what point you're trying to make. You know, you can feel what you want about the refugee migrant crisis, whatever you want to call it. Like, I'm not going to give my opinion on that here, but to attack someone who has done nothing wrong, and has never done anything illegal and never done anything questionable in her entire life as an immigrant, to attack someone like that for just simply existing, and to attack her child for simply existing, is awful. It's downright awful. Like, I don't, again, I don't know in what plane and in what universe and in what society that is ever a reasonable thing to do. I don't get it. I don't think it's fair. And, you know, even if I was a bad person, like I said, even if I had broken the law, even if I had come here illegally, or I was like an economic migrant or whatever you want to say, like, would it still be okay to insult my kid? Would it still be okay to insult my disability? Would it still be okay to send me hate mail? Like, how about you would just leave me the fuck alone? Like, have you tried that one? Like, don't watch my videos if it bothers you. Don't read my blog if it bothers you. Forget I exist if it bothers you. Block me completely if it bothers you, because nothing I do affects you. I'm not famous. I'm not in your face all the time. I'm not on billboards. I only exist in YouTube and in my blog. And no one is forcing you to see any of that. Just block me. That's it. If you don't like me, block me. And if you don't like other immigrants or whatever, block them too. You don't have to interact with us. We can be this really scary thing that just lurks in the shadows, and that's fine. But leave us alone. You can be hateful all you want in private. You know, don't take it out on me or anyone else. Because even if I had been here illegally or whatever, it is still not okay to harass me or anyone. You don't get to do that simply because you're a native European and other people aren't. That's just not how it works. And I have a book of my rights that I got, my rights in the European Union, as someone who lives in the European Union last year doing Suomi-areena. And nowhere in there does it say that one of the rights of being in the European Union is to treat people like shit based on where they come from or what disabilities they may or may not have. So perhaps maybe you need to read that. You, plural, whoever you, plural, are, and wherever you come from. I'm not going to stop making videos. I'm hopefully never going to have to address the situation again. And I would hope that you guys would realize that what you're doing is sort of dumb and childish. And if your mothers and fathers and girlfriends and boyfriends and friends knew what you were doing, they would probably think you were a terrible person and probably wouldn't talk to you anymore. So just think about that for a minute. Next time you try to write something hateful on my channel or another immigrant or disabled person's channel, think about how everyone around you would feel if they saw you just bothering someone who doesn't even know you for no reason. And more importantly, think about how it would feel if I came on your channel and started insulting you for things you had no control over and things you never even did wrong. You wouldn't like it, would you? So don't do it to me. And hopefully, I guess, well, this probably isn't going to help and you're probably just going to laugh or whatever, but, I don't know what to say. You're hurting me, but you're not hurting me enough to stop doing what I do, and I'm not going anywhere, and, yeah. So, sorry I bother you by existing, but, you kind of need a life. Bye.